Masechet Menahot Daf Lamed, continuing from Chaf Tera Amud Bet, 27 lines down. First word of the line is Allah. Amarava. Shiv'a otiot tzichot shlosha ziyunin. Seven letters have the three crowns. Be'elohen. Sha'atnas guess, which is Shin Zayin, Shin Ayin Tayet Nun, both types of nuns, Zayin Rimal, and both type of Sadi. Mar Bashia Hazin Lahu Safra Davka Bebetra. I don't saw the Sifre Torah of the strict Sofrim of Rav. The Hatil Lahu Legaged the Het. They would put a tip on top of the Het. Betalule Kare the Het, and also lift the Het a little bit so it doesn't touch the roof. It also added at top of the height. Kilamar, as if to say, Hi hu Moshe Olam refers to Hashem who's living on top of the world. They also let the leg of the head hang. Asked the question one time. What does it mean? What does that mean? Gemara says, whoever puts his trust in Hashem, Hashem will be a shelter for him in this world and the next world. Malay, he says, 1 second. I have a question. What's the difference in the why did it say within God and not just say God? The Gemara says, Kidirash Rabbi Yehuda bar Rabbi Elai. He asked the question, there were these two letters Hashem created the world. Echad behe, echad beyod. With he and yod, he created the world. I don't know which. I do not know if which one was which. Or I don't know which one was which. Hey or yod was for which one. Therefore, when the pasuk says "Ele toledot hashemayim va'aretz behibaram," I'll take it behibaram. Don't pronounce it as hibaram. Rather, ele behibaram. I created with a he. Therefore, I would say he olam hazeh and olam haba is yod. Yeah, why was this one with a he? Because this world is like a hallway to the next world. Whoever wants to leave God behind, he can. Why do we have that little hole above the leg of the hair? The Adab B'Shuvav wants to come back. He can bring him back over the opening. Hashem can bring him back. The Gemara says, why doesn't he just bring himself back? Why doesn't he need Hashem's help? And just let him walk back in. The Gemara says, no. Lo Mistaya Milta. That will never happen that he'd be able to come back by himself. And therefore you need help. He says, whoever comes who needs help from Hashem, Hashem will come help him. Whoever wants to do avirot, Hashem will help him also do avirot. We have to ask Hashem for help in the right things. So if the person say, I want to learn every day, do the daf every day. I want to learn. You can't just say, oh, do the daf when I want. Figure it out. No. Tell Hashem, please help me do the daf every day. Okay. So what's the reason that the hay has a thing on top, the crown? If a person does teshuvah and he kosher lo keter, I will put a crown to his head. Big stuff. Why was Olam Haba have a yod? Because there are very few people in the world of tzaddikim. Like yod is very small. Why does the top of the yod bend? Because tzaddikim in this world keep their heads bowed. And also because their actions are not comparable to anybody else. The following things that Rav said in the Sefarim. And what was that? And regarding that, I have a question. One thing that Rav said, that what Sefer Torah has two mistakes in every single column, you can fix it. But if it's three, you have to bury it. That's the question. One time it says that three you could fix, four you have to put away. What's the answer? The Gemara says, if it has a complete kosher column, you can save the entire thing and you can fix the rest. Only if most of the Sefer Torah is written properly, then you could fix it, and one page saves the rest. What if that column has three mistakes? Since it's able to fix it, you can fix it. It only applies when it's missing letters. If it has extra, you can't fix it. Why come you can't fix it if it's I can you if it has more than four mistakes? It's gonna look all spotted all over the place if you have fixages and hanging letters above. Agra Hamod Rabbi Abba have a lay to Besifre. Agra, the father of Rabbi Abba, had extra letters in the Sarah Torah. I took him to Rabbi Abba, King Rabbi Abba. And Rabbi said, Lamra Ila Bahasrot. You only have problems when there's missing letters. Rabbi Torah, if extras, you could fix it. Okay. Idach, other person says, the Marav Rav says, how could, what's the other problem here? How could this Rav, Ubalik more? Someone writes a Torah and he wants to finish it. Gomer Va'afilu B'em Tadaf, he can finish it in the middle of the column. He doesn't have to wait for the end. The Gemara says, Meti, you have a question. How could this Torah, someone writes a Torah, Ubalik, the morning wants to finish it. Lo B'em Tadaf, you can't just finish in the middle of the column like you do like a Chumash, like the end of every Sefer. You should make the widen the lines till you get to the end. Question where it says no. No. Rav was talking about the Chumash. Where it says V'ha Sefer Torah Kama, he didn't say Chumash, he says Sefer Torah. Where it says no, but Chumashin shall Sefer Torah in the Chumash of the Sefer Torah. Okay, and that's the case, yeah. He says you can, when you're fitting the last pasuk of the Torah, you can write the word La'anei Kol Yisrael in middle. The Gemara says Hahi be'emtza shita. I know that if he does some case in the middle of the line, it's okay. The Rabbanan say, Hachamim say, even middle of the line is okay. Rav Ashi Amar be'emtza shita davka. You don't have to finish middle of the line. Milachlan halacha is be'emtza shita davka. You have to finish the middle of the line. Amar v'yishul barabba Marv Gidal Marav. Shmona Pesukim Shebtorah Yachid Korei Otan Bebed HaKnesset. Famous Marav from Masechet Bava Batra. The last 8 Pesukim of the Torah can be written by a person in shul. You don't need to stop in the middle. You can't stop in the middle. Yeah, it has the person has to do by himself. It's not officially part of the Torah. Command lo Shimon. Thing is a question as Shimon. Again, arguing as Shimon. The Tanur says, "Vayamot Sham Moshe Aver Hashem." Moshe died in the 9th to last pasuk. I've shared Moshe Hayv Ktav Vayamot Moshe Moshe. Now, is it possible that Moshe died alive and wrote the word that he died? Ela Ad Kan Ktav Moshe must be until the point Moshe wrote. Mikam Vayelach Ktav Yeshua Benun. Yeshua Benun finished the last 8 pasukim. Divrei B'Yabda Nehemiah. Amar Shimon Rishon says, "If Shar Sefer Torah Hasir Odachat, can it be possible that Moshe missed a letter in the Torah?" Uktiv pasuk says, "Lakach Sefer Torah Azeh v'Samtamato." Can't be. Until that point, Hashem told him what to be writing. Moshe Omer b'Kotev, and then Moshe would repeat and write it. After the last 8 pasukim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu Omer Moshe Kotev b'Dema. At that point, Moshe, the last 8 pasukim, Hashem told him what to write, and Moshe would write with his tears. The pasuk is Lalan. ויאמר להם ברוך מפי ויקרא אלי את כל דברים האלה ואני כותב על ספרי בתיו. Okay. Lemon arguing against Shimon because he holds seemingly that there should be no special halachot last 8 pasukim because he holds Moshe did write them. The Gemara says no. I feel Timer Rishon, even Rishon would agree. But since it was written with tears, it's different halachot than the rest of the Sefer Torah. Okay. I'm Rabbi Shua Bar 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 how okay Sefer Torah Nashuk, someone buys Sefer Torah on the market. Okay, Hotef mitzvah Nashuk is like you're grabbing a mitzvah because you're saving it. If you wrote it, however, the Torah considers it as if you received it from Har Sinai. It's a bigger zechut to write it. Marav Shishat, if you bought a Sefer Torah and you wrote one letter, that's as if you wrote the whole Sefer Torah. That's where Aminha comes from. Siman Sikla. Person who's writing Sefer Torah can make a sheet of 3 to 8 columns in width. But the columns should not be more or less than that. Don't make the columns too many columns in one sheet because then it looks like a letter. Don't make the columns too small because then the eyes are going to wander. It's going to be hard to trace the lines. The column should be as long as the word which is pretty long, 3 times. If he has a sheet of 9 columns, he has to split it in half. Don't split 9 and 3, 6 and 3. 4 and 5. Other numbers that apply. If you have the beginning of Sefer Torah. At the end, I feel daf even one pasuk, even one column. The pasuk can possibly one pasuk in one sheet. I said no, even one pasuk in one column. Shiur Gideon, the margin, the space around the writing, should be at least a tefach on the bottom. And the top should be 3 fingers. And also between the columns should be also 2-finger width. Regarding chumashim, between each sefer chumash, the should be 3 fingers on the bottom. 2 on the top. When Daf Daf Kimlo Revach Gudan between each column should be the size of a thumb. When Shitan Shitan Kimlo Shitan between each line there should also be a size of a line in between. When Teva Teva Kimlo Ot Tanan between each letter there should be at least a yod size, small letter. When Ot Laot Kimlo Hot Taran between each letter, sorry, one word between each word should be the size of a letter, and between each letter there should be a hairbreadth. Ali Ma'ita Adam like to have the person should not reduce the size of the script. Lom Penei Revach Shemata not because of what's below. Lom Penei Revach Shemata not because of what's on top. Lom Penei Revach Ben Shevata not between the lines. Lom Penei Revach Sheven and Parashat Echad not between the parashiot. In Zamna Lo Teva Bat Hamesh Otiyar. We have a five-letter word to write at the end of the line, not a space. Lo yichtov shtayim b'toch hadaf v'shlosh b'toch hadaf. Don't write two within the column and three out of the column. Ela shlosh b'toch hadaf v'shtayim l'chutz hadaf. Do three in and two out. Zanan lo teva bat shtei otir. You have a two-letter word at the end of the line. Lo yivdelekena b'ben hadafim. Don't put between the two columns. Ela hazir b'kotev v'tilat hashita. Write in the beginning of the next line. Hatoe b'shem someone makes a mistake in Hashem's name. Gorer tamash shekatav. Erase what you already wrote. V'toleh tamash shegarar. And then you can scrape off by rewriting it. וכותב את השם במקום מהגירה, and you write it on the place where you scraped it off. He says, no, even if you're writing the name on top of the line, it's okay. He says, even write out, erase what you wrote and write it on top of that. Like you put ink and then rewrite it. Rabbi Yishmael Zerumer, Kol Hashem Kol Otalim. You could write the entire name on top of the space. I mean, still Entolim, but you can't do partial. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, Rabbi Shimon ben Meir, and Kozvina Hashem Elo Alam Mekam Kra. You cannot write Hashem's name anything that was erased, or anything that was blotted out. Entolim Noton, you can't suspend it. Can't say what you should do. Misalaikat Yeriah Kula. We're going to take away the entire sheet and bury it and restart. We'll stop it. We're going to